Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thebes, in which, the last episode, which we had a prolonged war with Macedon, in which we won the damn thing. And as we get to the world map immediately, as you just look at Thebes now, it has united all of Greece, except for the island of Zakynthos, which is not colonized yet, but one day it will. But still, we've united all of Greece, and that includes the subjects such as the Hellenic League and Little Achaia. They were the real MVPs of the last episode, because we originally feared that that we would have to fight for Corinthos as well, but however they rebelled against Macedon, and it was concurrent with our proper conflict with Macedon, which we took 4 provinces: Thessaly, Anathia, Pelagonia, and Chalkidiki. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Again, you know my Greek isn't the best. But still, with that, we have full control of Greece. And don't forget the subjects out in the western part of Asia Minor. Places like Caria Littoralis, Ionia, and Nicaea. All part of Asia. Which I'm sure we'll integrate to them one day, all of them, if we ever choose to expand eastward. I have no interest in going west because, Rome gets to have that part of the world, and we are allied with Rome. Which is basically my way of saying, stay out of my business, alright? Just stay out of Greek business. But anyways, now that we defeated Macedon, which is kind of shriveled up to almost down to a regional power again. But also, we liberated Gittia, which oddly enough they allied with Macedon, as if Macedonian rule over them, they liked it. But then, you have no idea what these Dacians want. But are they still tribal? Settled tribe, yes. Could have looked at that up there. So he's the tribal chief, this man. Which honestly we could have been allies against Macedon, but whatever the way you want. Anyways, so one would think that we should just continue these little things here just to complete the Hellenic government mission, but I decide no. Because the person who should do it is my daughter and heir, Kassandra. She should have that honor of being the first ruler of a united Greece. I mean, we've united it now, but it's still with the Thebes name. Kassandra will be the one to form the Hellenic League, as she befriends the daughter of the consort, who's the one currently married to. Daughter of a consort. Anyways, so now, obviously, most of this episode's going to be spent in peacetime, as we will get its manpower up to the point where, since we can definitely afford economically, because in a full war, we can definitely get that balance all the way up. So I'm sure we will create a 4th army while we expand the already existing ones up to at least 20,000 strength each. So Kassandra will be the first queen of Thebes, as well as the Hellenic League eventually. But there will be a pretender once she becomes an adult, despite the fact that she suffers from infection. But I told her to go for this education just like Kassandra. You may never know. But anyways, but But Kassandra doesn't have to wait for long because, as I said, my health is slowly deteriorating away. And one would think I should just speed it up. There is a way. Get me a crappy physician. A minor character. Who's the worst at it? I mean, not them. They've been given too much. So if he can't do anything, then that means I will be slightly on a free fall with health. And additionally, knowing that Kassandra is ambitious, which it says characters of this trait is more likely to murder their way to the top. So I got an idea. This sounds still a stupid idea, but I'm gonna make her my rival. Whenever she finishes befriending Aristodemid, then there could be potential, well, try to assassinate me. If she wants the throne, she ought to kill me for it. I mean, I'm a poor, defenseless, blind man. And yes, if you have a rival, this is your way of assassinating, but at least it's reduced with the tyranny and aggressive expansion. But I can't assassinate my own daughter. I don't have that time yet, and... What do you mean don't have that time yet? Speak clearly! And let me help you with that. Oh, wait, the crappy physician. Stop! I just come to realizations. Like, yes, I'm trying to end myself, but then I realize they could botch the infection treatment. Not an adult yet, so she cannot be persuaded, but... Anyways, Kassandra is going to be the next Basilisk or Salissa. Anyways. So let's just live in peace, quietly, while we build some buildings in Lamia. No doubt the Macedonians are the largest population. They're an unintegrated Hellenistic culture, so it's fine. Non-Hellenistic ones are going to be less happy, but they're not that many. So what's the biggest minority that is non-Hellenistic? Of course, Talatians, but they're still rather uncommon to me. But I'll tell you what, if we were ever to integrate a foreign culture, it would likely be in areas if we ever expand eastward into Antigonid territory, which no doubt we would be fighting them frequently. There's these Anatolians. Especially the biggest Anatolian that we've seen are either Armenians or Phrygians. We'll trade with anyone. While meanwhile, I will slowly wither away. It seems you didn't finish making your friend. I remember, her martial is down slightly because she picked up a bad military trait. But then again, she cannot be commander because she's a woman. And I don't think female rulers are allowed to take command in armies. Do they? Because it's never ever happened to me before. It would be the first time ever that I play as a female character for this episode. A basilisk is expected to be a patron of the arts. Artistic depictions of the basilisk cement legitimacy in the eyes of the people. Styled in the manner of popular gods and heroes in these sculptures, paintings, and murals are often worth a hefty price. Sure, we must not neglect the arts. Get the legitimacy up as fast as we can before Kassandra takes over. And speaking of legitimacy, spend my final days proving legitimacy. Also, we gotta take these fortresses down since we have cornered those now. Definitely replace with a farming settlement. We have 2 cloth here. Well, slave estate then. Take that down too. Thinking. I'll leave that alone. Because you know what? If I were to put fortresses in the future in defensive wars, I could imagine putting a fortress here. And based on the geography of it, produces honey, but not enough to put more slaves in there. I would put a fortress here. Put that one here too. Just thinking of ideals. Ideals. What the hell's the matter with you? With your vocabulary? Are you plotting quietly? Yes, he is. Don't mind him. If we ever had the money, that would be good. Up the national tax. There is no rush to reinforce it all because let nature takes its course. Thinking. What's the difference between Zeus and Dictaean Zeus? And where in the holy site is that particular Zeus in? Dionysos, Athena, Thebes, Hera, Zeus. That's Zoroastrian, that's... Artemis. Helios. Oh, there it is. I never really paid attention to the rest of the Pantheon. I mean, I liked having Apollo around, but it could change because since we have very good, manpower recovery. But, mind you, we're a bit unstable because of aggressive expansion, so just gotta have a look. Ooh, that's very good, because I didn't look at the effects as I just saw that name. Urban development cause. Research, civilization, mercenary, loyalty, popularity. Even though I have that passive. I mean, to me that's rather tempting because I like having high diplomatic reputation. It's good to have food monthly modifier, but I'm not going to change that because this is in my city of its effects. And back in the past playthroughs, I often pick Ares as the god of war because of the morale of armies when it's wartime. Ah, no wonder why they integrated. We don't have any integrated cultures. There's a lot of unintegrated ones. But we kind of don't need that right now because we gain 356 each month. and knowing that in the future we will continue to expand to any direction, with the possible exception of west, because Rome should be left alone to their own devices, as they're at war again, and are becoming a fast-rising power, unless Carthage has something to say about it, which they've started another war with the Untitled League, which Macedon has intervened in this matter. Even though they don't have much of ships to transport out of it because we destroyed their navy. Oh yeah, I flogged your ass. Shall persuade you. Get in there. Huh? What do you want? A holding? Oh, it's this man again. Let him have their due. You know, he's been very loyal to me and he's a conqueror. But again, I can't colonize it unless, you know, dominant culture is not integrated culture. Egyptian Civil War finally ended. The Loyalists finally won. But at what cost? At what cost? Their armies destroyed. All they have is their navy. Judea is winning because they started it, but they got no army to defend with. And they don't have mercenaries. Which could definitely mean that Judea's out there somewhere. That means they're going to be on the move soon. And if Judea does gain territory, and if they wanted this area, that's what Judea wants, just this part here. My goodness. Some parts of Egypt, especially up there, were depopulated because of this devastating civil war. It's going to take a while to rebuild their army. You're seeking a spouse? No, no, no. No. Okay. Because it should be you, as a ruler, that chooses the bride. Don't choose it yourself, because you don't know who you're going to be marrying with. One would think I'm a restrictive father, but who gives a... What are we missing? Just wait till the beginning of the month. Grain. That's what we need. Prestigious trade goods. More export value. Wow. What income. Guess we should just do more for the fertility of the country. Like if we're lacking things, we could put more slave estates into other areas. population's at the max. Build a mill. Don't spend too much. Save for something. The Hellenic League is a theocratic republic instead of whatever it was back then. On. One of these days they ought to fix that in... Well, now I start seeing him as my rival. Well, don't worry about that because, not gonna be around for long. So please become a poet instead of a warrior. I am disappointed in you. You're definitely not gonna be like Kassandra. We two don't think alike. After spending some time in deep melancholic depression, Imperator has emerged, finally able to laugh and act his old self. It's good to have him back. Well, shoot. I was getting ready to, you know, to die, but... Well, if I ever get sick again, or whatever happens to me, well, accept the fact. The ship of state. The renowned philosopher Kassandra believes that the world will never be free of its evils until the kings and princes of the world have the spirit and power of philosophy. The ship of state must be captained only by men of wisdom, benevolence, and authority. Kassandra has identified Epicurus as one with potential to learn the true virtues of a ruler under his diligent tutelage. That's the land. Scholar, polymath, wise, devout, but sarcastic. Oh, do allow him to teach me. We got a new philosopher. How petty. As I said, well, damn, I was getting ready to die, but I guess Kassandra's gonna have to wait a little longer until she does something. I mean, she's my rival. Now, if she's gonna assassinate me, well, go ahead. I ain't gonna stop her. Even if it's a small chance. That's what I'm open for. But I would like to see her become more popular. And yet, some people still support pretenders. Epicurus' philosophical education, despite the fact that he is very much near dead, he has learned some small lessons from his year of his philosophical tutelage under Patroclus. It is clear that he is not the stuff of philosopher kings. Patroclus is not entirely destroyed, however, and would agree to remain in Thebes in exchange for the patronage of his work. Oh, I got the money. Yeah, you'll be a valuable asset to me. All the way up except for the slaves. But I got these slaves are just from various nationalities. Neglected this city. Alright, a little more manpower gain. Needs more grain. Oh, it's not triggered. Well, that too. Here comes Carthage. I don't know what you're doing here. If they tell us to give them access, we'll give it to them. But it would be a little bit scary to see Carthage in this part of the world, knowing they have a formidable navy as well as army. What's going on? Oh, Crete. Again, they provide more food than the others, so store all the grain in there. A whole lot of grain. Damn it, folks. They've never... These Cretan peoples never really invested in these. So slave estates are definitely needed. That's the order of the day. Because Crete was originally made for us to be a resupply station where our armies and navies and would be a gateway to the Eastern Mediterranean. Egypt still does not have a military, but they may have to hire mercenaries soon because, well, Judea is making big gains. They got the objectives. And if Judea gets a port, then good. You know, someplace to make a landing on. We have no ill will towards these people, the Jewish Hebrews, as they're allies to us, and they were rather useful to us. What do you think you're up to? Making more money for yourself. It's good that you'll have more personnel. Sure. I doubt you'll be a warrior poet, Sophie. But I know you're going to be a little troublemaker when Kassandra finally takes the throne. Well, one thing's for certain. I just have to wait for get a disease, and then that's all, folks, for Epicurus. Then Kassandra finally takes over. She gets what she wants. Saving money for this. Since we always have problems with food shortages. All these things we're building. Egypt's finally building an army. But Judea wins. They have no port, but they do have a port down there. That's the biggest Judea I've seen in my past playthroughs. They never called us in that war, but I'm sure they got a bone to pick with Samaria, even though they are a tributary to the Antigonid, so be careful who you pick and choose these days. Because they became a regional power as well. He was the head of the damn family. That's a way of putting it, the head of the damn family. Chaldean, Iranian. Not the true Persian Empire, but they're up there. It's just he was raised differently. But they're all Macedonian Hellenics except for this. Expired from leprosy. Sorry. You'll do. Take his place. She's 16 years old now. And don't mind if you get a spouse. We'll marry into their family. Also, what did you get? Tactician. So you're a warrior poet then. I'm sure you'll get better by an infection, despite the fact that I chose a crappy position, but that's just to get rid of myself, but, well, you'll still be around, don't you worry. If they want a spouse, we'll go get it. Tell you what, once you finish investing opportunities, I'm going to get you married. Wonder if it's matrilineal. I don't think it'll be wise to provoke Kassandra, because she's ambitious, you know. Thebes has really taken his job as a general, as he started reworking the whole infrastructure of the troops assigned him. However, these changes started to see a lot of officers and troops who are loyal to the general over Thebes, a troubling development of what the future might hold. Well, he knows best. Oh boy. Definitely getting up there. Before you do anything, let me find you a spouse. Here's what you need. Somebody with high charisma and high zeal. I do see a couple of candidates, but remember, she's young, so you can marry whoever you want regardless of age. Actually, slightly high martial will do. Keep looking though. Let's see. What would make a good one? Yeah, him. Flustering of excitement, Kassandra summoned her domestic aid. Far too long alone, she decided to extend an offer of marriage to a brawny, older gentleman, Herovilos, of the Aristodemid Dynasty. Despite the appearance of Imperator, the head of the family, although he's blind, it seems all concerned celebrated with the wondrous garments that Kassandra had offered up in support of a proposal. As long as it's within the family, of course. So there. I'll solve this little problem. And since you're looking for a spouse, like, does that mean, will it be matrilineal or no? Since this is of a ruling dynasty, there we are. Does anybody know how does that work? Oh no! Carthage is in the land. So they're going to Iberia. Never thought we would see Carthage in the Adriatic. And if we were to fight them in a future conflict, we could definitely beat them on land. It's just the navy you gotta get them to keep out. They don't have it against us, nor do we have it against them. Now, why do I have a Casus Belli on the Morius? We have no contact with them. I got nothing against them. Governor, cut it out. Oh, I just remembered something. Well, here it is. You're finally gonna get your wish, Kassandra. Because I have cancer. I'll be dead in 2 months. So at age 21, you shall be queen. If I was to make one last act just to keep everybody in line. Anything else? Wait, what's our income? Oh, I just thought of something. Roads. Knowing that we have an expansive country, we need an army to do some road work. Stop spending on tech and somebody should start working on roads. You know, roads starting from Athens. No, from Sparta to there to Thebes, all the way to Pella, and possibly to Ephesus. So, Armia, get down here. Got some road work to do. We should do that. You know what the benefits of having roads, besides, you know, movement speed faster? Well, it's going to be up to Kassandra to do some road work. So, fare thee well, crew world. That's who they're just married to. Right now. But the question is this a matrilineal marriage? But anyways, slow down a little. Alright. All loyalties and allegiances in the monarch are never entirely tied to the state, but rather to the monarch. With the death of Epicurus, our grasp over the various parts of our empire it loosens ever so slightly. It'll be up to Kassandra, Aristodemid, to once again strengthen our hold and win the hearts of her people and prove herself more than just a new face on the coins. Long live the monarchy. So, Kassandra Aristodemid rose to the throne and will now rule our glorious nation. The gods are weeping over the passing of the Precotus Aristodemid. So, what does this mean? Basilissa, you're not king, you're consort, husband. He's a pretender to become. So, I'm married to the man who's third in line because father said so, because he was blind and he didn't know better. But Kassandra became generous, which adds more to her popularity, which is good, and affects his governor, as in Greece, citizens and freemen are more happy under her rule, and even more so for citizens throughout. The simple act of aiding others is often rewarding enough for Kassandra. Well, she's got that old, generosity in the family. But she's ambitious, bear that in mind. And if she were to be leading an army, which I don't think she can, let me reiterate that real quick. No, she cannot. Not even female rulers are allowed to run an army. It doesn't work like that unless you have gender equality rules set in the game of the beginning of a playthrough. In which I wonder if we should have gender equality, mixed gender rules. That's the word I was looking for. Mixed gender rules for the next series that I plan on doing with Athens and whatnot. If you want to have it or not. I mean, it adds up more to the talent pool for all countries. Still. Should move it. But now on our first day, Kassandra is a Hellenic liberator. Only when the borders of Greece are secure and their lost possessions are recovered, our minds can be put to rest. No more will Greeks live in the shadow of Macedon, as the Thessalians long suffered. So she will be the one to earn the Aristodemid nickname, and all Hellenistic countries in Greece will gain 20 opinion of Thebes. With the recent reconquests of all parts of formerly Greek territories, many point to Kassandra as the instigator. That was the wishes from the previous monarch. Already the people began calling her Imperator, the liberator, and her famous spread across Thebes and all Greece. Never again will Greece bow down. So that's what they call her. Kassandra the Liberator. Get that off. And we did strike first. The Hellenes suffered numerous invasions at the hands of the Macedonian savages. It's time we show them how it feels to be at the point of our spears for the change. So, we've held this city for a while. Well, it's a settlement here. We've held that for a while, but now we loot the place. The Diadochi will not like us for this, but we'll get a bit of money. Our men excitedly advanced on the ancient palace complex of the Aristodemid Dynasty, eager to take share of the lavish spoils. With this symbolic gesture, we have shown the Hellenic world that the time of the savage Macedonian kings is over, and Thebes is the undisputed master of Greece. Ha! Where are your Sarisses now? We did loot Pella a little, and some of its population got killed, but we never destroyed the city entirely like how Alexander destroyed Thebes. Instead, well, take it to their palace. Now, great cities. Athens, Sparta, Thebes, Conodos, and Delphi are owned by Thebes or her Hellenistic non-oligarchic republican subjects. While all the Hellenes of Greece have contributed to her greatness, there are a few cities which lie at the heart of its success. These centers must be united on our rule if we are to present the Hellenic legacy. So we have a united purpose, thus increasing the monthly legitimacy more. And more national slave output. Historic cities of Greece have been secured, ensuring our paternal position over Greek culture and tradition. From Plato's olive groves to the gates of Thebes, from the Pythias sanctuary to the Matera houses of Corinth. All Greece, all ours. The strength of Hellas has always been a ready access to the sea, and through the markets and the coast of the world, like Athens, we will exploit the strengths of naval power and ensure protection of Greeks everywhere. We have at last managed to recreate something of a Delian naval supremacy, the basis of our allies spanning the Aegean and securing the waters from incursions. If we are to remain powerful, we must make our navy as important as our army, maintaining constant vigilance over her quality and readiness. The sea will be our domain, with Poseidon's blessing. Thalassocracy has been earned, which will be with us forever, along with the Rock of the Ages for morale of the armies. It seems the Boeotians are the chosen people of Zeus. So ships are made even cheaper, and our navies can last long in a fight. Which is definitely more than a match against the Carthaginian navy if we ever wish to provoke him, if we ever want to expand to Ilaria. Which, I have no interest in that area, but I don't like it when I'm neighboring with them. They're a competing power, but their navy is rather massive at this point. Now here in Thebes, there have been many prestigious and populous cities of Greece over the centuries. If we are to build a new state for all Greeks, our capital must be up to the task. Thebes has already proven it so. So faster population simulation speed and even more local citizen happiness. And all Hellenic countries will have a higher opinion on us again. The streets of Thebes are reaming with the bustle of a global capital as traders, philosophers, soldiers, and artisans ply their trades. Our capital is now surely the indisputable center of Hellenic civilization and culture, attracting the brightest and best Greeks to our lands. Thebes will be an eternal city. And now the Theban Empire. We've controlled it all. Only when all the Hellenes of Greece are united under a common government will she will properly defend herself from the rising threats to the west and east. At last, all of Greece is under Theban leadership. From the island of Kassandra to the plains of Thessaly. The government has gathered to celebrate this momentous occasion and decide how the Hellenic world is to be governed. Woof. Greece must be truly united if we are to prosper. All Greek subjects in Thessaly and region of Greece, excluding Crete and Epirus, will be annexed. That includes the Hellenic League and Corinth. They are to come with us. So when the task is complete, Thebes will suffer 25 years of increased global unrest, which we will have to watch out for that, as we are the leader of Hellas. And it'll be until 2 years' time. New decision. Lazy, corrupt. Let him in. Plus, this man I'm married to is also the chief diplomat. Well, how do you like that? Health-wise, he's doing alright. But I needed him because he contributes up to the martial charisma and a little bit of zeal. I may not be the one to rule the armies, but having a high marshal increases max manpower. See, it jumped up to 77 max. Little marshal plus 8, as you see down there. That's the reason. And we gained 400 a month. Amazing. I got my eye on you. When a population is starving, get some grain. Hell, all this money we have. Just bring in all the food. These people will never go hungry again. At least get some wood in, because alternate place for shipbuilding. If we were to build a more of a powerful navy. We already have elephants, so we thought, well, another place to build elephants. I mean, we may possibly create an army that will include war elephants. Persia Empire. Great trading partner to have. That's the total. Should do more business investments. We'll get it from Persia then. Very good. I'm looking forward to, you know, get a little more wealth so I can start proving legitimacy more. Get it up to max. It's what you should do in your free time when you're not scheming for influence or siphoning funds, or even planning to assassinate anybody. That's what you should do. You may never know, because a 2% chance that you may form a Greek bloodline. Question of competence. After weeks of nervous looks and smirks at court, the whispers circling the palace have finally reached the ears of the Basilica. It seems that someone's been spreading rumors and spinning yards of her unequaled unfitness for the throne. The damage has been done. Now all will look at how the Basilica will deal with the situation. Lose a negative trait, or become less popular, due to the ruler's redeemable character, because she's generous. Like this negative trait? That'll be good. Yes! I mean, I'm not allowed to lead an army, but a little high marshal helps. Even though it's already... happy with that. Overpopulation, is that the reason? Oh. Oh. So I see. Wait until manpower's at the max, then we'll begin the creation of a fourth army, while expanding the other three with more units. So, that's what we need. One more. You know what, just this once. Because I'm more anxious than ever just to... Yes, we'll have even more manpower increase each month. Because I'm more than anxious to create a fourth army that this country can definitely maintain economically. The size of our navy is fine. Also, get to work on road building. Okay. So we go through there to Athens, and then you will turn back, and then to Thebes, and the fastest route to Pella. Through Pella, and it will end there. Well, you can't build bridges over it. I mean, a straight crossing. I see. Major river. Okay. So, this will be the road starting from Sparta, to Megapolis, Argos, and Corinthos, Megara, Athens, and then Thebes, there, to Lamia, Larissa. Yeah. Get to work. We can afford a road with that kind of income. It takes 3 months to build a single segment of road in each territory. Okay, one's been built. Actually, it's a little faster than that, than I originally anticipated. Judea calls for aid. Is Egypt struck back? You started that war? Are you mad? Well, there is a high chance of a civil war going on. They have a child ruler and... Again, I have no territorial requirements for them yet, but we've defeated the Antagonists before, but we're ill prepared for it. It's even, but they got larger cohorts than we do. And if I do accept the request, they're going to be participating in that conflict, and they're going to be coming for me as well. We'll be fighting a multi-front war. Who else you're allied with? Just only me. Because you've alienated all your neighbors. Oh, and they're also at war with the Persians. The Persians started. Because they want this back. So, you want me to open up another front? That's what you're asking. Persia is ready, as it's a great power, which means they cannot have any allies, except for the two satrapies of Bactria and Parthia. Well, mind you, we will also be fighting the other ones up there, including Iberia and Colchis, which we traded with Colchis, but I believe they're a city-state that's been produced. Okay. Honey, we need honey. Just to keep it that way. Okay, but let me finish this road, alright? We'll go to war soon. We'll be there. Just a fight on this front here, the northwestern front of Mysia, into Lydia and then into Phrygia. That's how far we're willing to go. So you're being mobilized. Both of you. Assemble. Of course, you would have to up the maintenance, but is it really that important to us? Tell you what, stop that road building when you arrive at Thebes. We'll leave the forts down. The governor of Hellenic is a particularly weasel-like man. In fact, that is making itself clear more than ever. He's beginning stirring up the people as governor, perhaps able to challenge our rule. Unfortunately, he's well regarded as Sultan. Our responsibility is to be made with care. Imprison the government of Macedonia. Oh, he's fairly corrupt. The debt of treason must be paid in blood. How dare they? Find a more competent governor. Just give them harsh treatment and they'll come back around. Beware of the Antigonid fleet. But there's about to be civil war, so we may take advantage of the chaos and see if we can make a few gains ourselves. Got any more elephants? No? No shortage of horse archers. Yeah, we'll try to figure out what kind of army composition. Okay, stop building that road. Instead, come over here. We've set about expanding the army a little. Two more heavy cavalry. Some more heavy infantry. I mean, we thought about bringing war elephants, but I think I have something else in mind, but that's gonna have to wait. 3 more heavy infantry. Actually, no. Go. Again, this is our most elite army that we consider. And we consider them our support forces. And this army here give me a few more. Although that olive tree, he'd earned this himself. And we might need another supply train since we have a constant increase of it. No, not like that. Damn it, man. Get your act together. So the creation of a fourth army can wait slightly. Knowing that there's about to be a civil war, I guess there'll be less problems. So I wouldn't worry about the Navy problem, so here's your front. From there to Phrygia. Into Phrygia. That's going to be our front line. That depends on how the situation is going to look in 6 months when a civil war breaks out. While we increase the size of the army here. Out of the way. Definitely afford it, as we have that fort maintenance down, because ain't nobody gonna attack us. Judea became ambitious, but they chose this moment. And hopefully get yourself a port so we can meet. Not sending my troops to the Judean front. I'm more interested up there. In which they're already doing that for me, but we'll be able to support them soon. And don't forget about the Hellenic League. Ready? All the necessary administrative preparations are complete, and the new Hellenic government has taken assumed control of the entirety of Greece. The subject state of Hellas submitted peacefully to our demands for annexation, integrating their populations under our leadership. Greece must be truly united if we are to prosper. So, for forced integration for 300 months, national tax would be reduced and poverty happiness. Well, and Thebes has gained claims on all Hellenic areas in the vicinity of Greece. And that includes areas of Macedon, Ionia, Anaconassus, Rhodes, Athens, and yes, Antigone too, hence the reason why we have interest in this region. And with that, it is complete. Thebes will form the Hellenic League, Great Coin, which adds another capital import route. National citizen happiness up, and Thebes will gain Great League capital for more local tax, population growth, civilization, and citizen happiness. And 4 free province investments, which I don't have to spend any more political influence on this sort of thing. It is done. For the first time in the history of Greece, all Hellenes are united in one state, and divisions of the past are nothing more than backwards memory. Though there may be struggles ahead, every Greek must see that unity is a strength that we have too long neglected. We are the protectors of Hellenic civilization. Well, we'll just have to leave the missions for the moment because there's a war out there. And we fly our new flags of the Hellenic League. Just 1 second. Okay, we control this, the islands here. Definitely contributing more to the increase. And we have cornfields, which I'll keep as fortress because choke point. See? Local fort defense. Keep that. Give me more staff forces. Because I have an idea what the 4th Army is going to be composed of. I mean, we do have the money for it, but we'll soon be sending the troops their way. But let's see the Civil War. Come on. Oh my. Looks like the Antigonid fleet supported the rebels. We know the loyalists are aristocratic, but this one wants autocratic government led by this man who's a pretender. I mean, we're also at war with them, but they're the ones that control the navy. Those gains we've made are for nothing. By we, I mean our allies, our subjects here. But we'll see how this goes. Alright. This is why we don't want to rush it. Because of the situation over there. Or we could possibly take the long way and support the Judeans. So we were thinking about going into Asia, but remember, we can't overstay our welcome here. Unless port's occupied, we can actually land our ships there and support the Judeans on this unique front and defeat the only Antigonid army, well, one of the few Antigonid armies that remain. If we let the rebels win, then that's definitely going to mess with their system. Let me drink to that. I don't know, you were building a trireme, so stop that. Get a small refund. So, an expedition, huh? So how are you doing health-wise? All good? What are the chances? Sure, the economy's reduced slightly because population happiness. And we united this nation. Get on board. Going to Judea. Pelagonia is a troubling place. So, let's have to replace the stockpile then. One at a time. Cannot move here as unit lacks access. Do we have access? I mean, we should. Give it here, because you know we're allies, right? Unless you want to land there. It kind of makes you wonder, what does Byblos think in all this? You know, it's a local power. And it would be nice to grab Cyprus. Like, why don't we just go to Cyprus instead and negotiate with the rebels and just say, hey, we got what we want, alright? And we're just going to leave you alone. Hey, we can negotiate with them, yes? Well, if I was to offer them something, theoretically, they just... Yeah, right. And apparently their capital is in Cyprus. Capital of the rebellion. So, should we go to Judea, or... I mean, we can conquer Cyprus easily. It's only one fortress, and it's their capital. And occupy the rest, and then we got ourselves another island base to, you know, as a staging area to go to this area. But we can't guarantee it because it's Judea's call. And if we back out of that war, that means we break our alliance with Judea, which are rather useful to me. Judea it is. Call it. We can actually grab Cyprus subsequently at a later time. It says occupied by Judea. Oh, we can't land that port. To here then. Delos is starting out because of overpopulation. Good reason why the economy tanked a little. There's no shortage of all these kinds. This is the Antigonid fleet. Half of their forces are in Cyprus. All light infantry. Who is that? We'll ignore them. We thought about Cyprus, but I guess that's gonna have to wait. Guess we're outside of the naval range. Alright. Let's take this port over. Need to land it for our ships. And then we'll make our way there to get the rest. Come on in. All clear, boys. Move in. So the first army on the ground. Gali region. Gali province. And the majority of these people here are Phoenicians. Yeah, Hebrew and the Phoenicians mixed in this region. Well, we'll take them on soon. They got a weak general, but wait for reinforcements to arrive. Honestly, in the history of playing Imperator Rome, we've never been in this region before. I'm more familiar with Italy than Greece. And further west, Europe, Iberia, Gaul, England, Britannia, you mean. Those are the areas I'm most familiar with, but not here, not this far. Nobody ever dreamt of seeing Greek forces in this area, not since Alexander came through here. I mean, we know Antigonid and the others been there before us, but we're talking about a Hellenic League, united Greece. On the ground. Move out. We'll be with you shortly. We're gonna need, hang on, what is it called? Since we got a good income, remember the fourth army that we planned on creating? Well, it's gonna be for here. Start with light cavalry, then we'll work on the rest from there. A lot of good money and loot. We're coming, we're here, ya. Oh, we gotta assist the Judean forces. They're probably gonna want that fort. Get together. We shall meet them over there. Philadelphia, Palestine. That's where we're headed. And we'll be assisted by Judean forces. Going for bottleneck. Counter bottleneck with skirmishing. We'll be assisted by Judean forces soon. Unless they beat us to the punch. Again, your priority is to take Samaria. Not just them. Actually, no, they're not part of this war at all. They're just a tributary. You just happen to be... Wait, you're willing to transfer? But it has to be the slowest subject, unfortunately. We actually have to be 33 below in order to make that happen. Anyways... Judea has exhausted its manpower, and they've decided to spend it all on creating more units. And how much is Samaria that's referring to? Oh, that little area? Tell you what, all the gains that we'll be making here, we'll switch them all to you soon. Don't you worry. We'll get it under control. If we can. But continue with you. Well, we should, well, they're likely gonna go this. Chase them. Going down this way, no doubt. We'll finish them off. Olympic Games. Yep, we shall defeat them here. They're gone. That's definitely going to mess with their manpower reserves if they wish to spend more on cohorts. The rebellion doesn't have much manpower, but they're definitely, yeah. Continue with your work. And we'll soon switch them all to Judea. Now, here's an idea I had. Cavalry force only. Home defense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the horse archers to go along with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's what building that road is for. It's for our cavalry to travel fast. Stay put. We'll be with you shortly. What the hell is Byblos? Are you part of this war? No, Byblos sided with the Antigonid rebels. We'll be willing to go as far as over there, then we'll switch to all gains to Judea. For all the territories we occupied, they'll be switched to Judea. I have no desire of adding this area to a Hellenic domain. Not yet, at least. We want to expand that far east, but no, I prefer Anatolia, not down here. But we'll definitely give those Hebrews a port. Strategos, minor character. You know you're crap at the job. Did you just bypass that? Hang on. I wonder how we're using these old veterans of the Theban Diadochi conflict. And give them all that. Some say throughout Hellenic League, there's one constant: the deeds and character of Anakites precede him, from the village to the capital to the shabbiest border town. He's risen to great prominence and position as public servant and aristocrat. He enjoys legendary private stories, has the ear of everybody worth knowing in Thebes. He could no doubt make a useful ally. What of it? Two more to go. Just two more, then we will begin our withdrawal from the participation of this conflict, and all territories that we occupy will be switched to Judea. Because giving them territory would be grand. They're our only ally. We are their only ally. because, you know, we needed somebody to attack the Antigonids from the south. And Egypt couldn't do it, but you can. Egypt wants to take the last push of landing, which is concerning to me, because, you know, we're also allied with Cyrenaica, who is also allied with Egypt. Mauryan-Persian War. Now they got themselves fighting on two fronts. Well, as I stated before, we'll be wrapping up on the participation of it soon. We'll be withdrawing soon. But you, get some action in and go take them out. Begin your withdrawal. Don't let them take that fort. Cowards. Hey, would you mind giving us access? No? Okay, Judea's taking it over, so... As you were. Slow down. We're going to begin our withdrawal from this conflict zone. There you go. 10 light cavalry, 10 horse archers. You want me to take one of the holdings? No. It's belonged to us for generations. Everyone here? Good. Now, switch it all to Judea. It's going to take a while to do it all. Because I like to see Judea to make more gains and have ports. I mean, it's okay if I don't get any gains other than the Anatolian ones, thanks to the subjects of mine. Which I thought about, well, we should go over there now. Despite the fact that there's many of these, you know, armies out there. And they still have their formidable navy. So yeah, Hellenic League and Judea. Strange bedfellows. Two completely different people with completely different faiths, and yet they are useful allies against the Antigonid. Imagine that. Okay, we'll get out of here soon, so just hold on. I'll transfer you to this last area as we'll begin to withdraw. Head back to Crete for a brief resupply to refill our food, fix our ships and whatnot, before we'll go up north and take some more of these holdings. And there's serious large armies up there. We definitely hurt them. I hope Judea can hold their own. You'll do fine. You got your objectives. Their war enthusiasm is low, so conflict should be over soon for them. Wait until they're out to sea. Okay. Here you go. Give them hell. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, and Judea got their first ships out, going through this canal here, to the Nile, out there. Since they got their own port to the south, but we want to give them more, hopefully. Oops. Here you go. Hope you deal with the rest. Morale of armies up. That's what I wanted. And I'm not sure which path to take in the future. Now with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will close this episode on that note. In the next episode, conflicts with the Antagonists continue, as we will soon be transferring to the Asian front, as we will have a resupply. Here, Crete has a stopping point here before we move up here, but as it seems that this area xenophobia, and Kassandra will be wise. Need to keep an eye on him. But in order to guarantee safe port, we need to take this navy out. And perhaps we may do so in the future. Even as our admirals are sick, but we'll devastate them with many ships before, you know, we can send the rest their way. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this episode as we completed our major goal of this series. Thebes is now the Hellenic League, United Greece. Really proud of that work. And I hope we get to do this sort of thing again as Athens in the future for the next series with the goddamn update. Marius update. If it goes well for me, I'm not sure, but the series will continue for at least a few more episodes in mind. But until then, so long for now.